Okay, you guys, we are back with another video. In this video, we're going to talk about the Yeezy Don getting hit with another lawsuit. As you guys know, every 3 to 5 business days, Kanye is going to get sued for something. And you know, the thing is, Ye is messy when it comes to his business handlings, and that is the truth. But you know what else is the truth also? These people, they just want a huge sum of money because oftentimes we see these lawsuits. For example, this design company, they're saying that they agreed to web design services totaling $150,000. And we're seeing these lawsuits and they're giving these figures. But when the case goes to court, it's not even half of the figure that is included in the lawsuit. I understand that people feel like they need compensation for different damages and all, but sometimes the figures are so ridiculous. It's like everyone is saying, this guy has good money. Why do you have good money, sir? You need to give that good money to us, you know? Like, I want some of that Yeezy money too, but is it, does it give them the right to be exploiting this man? Absolutely not. Absolutely not, okay? No. There's this web design company. Their name is Ryan So LLC, right? What they're claiming is that this year, January 2025, they went into a contractual agreement with Yeezy, agreeing to web design services that total $150,000. They're saying that they completed their work for Yeezy in October of last year. Hold on a bit. So why is it saying, or do I have the, okay, so it's not this year. I know something got was messed up there. So it's not this year. So they entered into the contract January 2025, right? And they completed the work October of 2025, and they issued an invoice for the work. But they said they never got it. I believe them. I believe them because Ye was crashing out on the internet. Man, Ye kept us entertained, repulsed, in uproar, and everything in the same running. Last year, Ye had a time, and remember, it was sometime in October that we saw him heading to rehab. So this is plausible, but at the same time, there's a pattern with these people suing Ye. While I've noticed that Ye will in fact owe them when the case is taken to court, sometimes in not even 25% of what they put in the lawsuit, they will end up getting like not even 25% of what is in the lawsuit, as I've said to you guys. So as such, I'm going to follow this one to see if it's going to work up like that lawsuit that he won the other day, right? But he needs to tighten up business. He needs to get his house in order. Too many of these lawsuits, too many of these mess, right? So they said they completed their work and they sent the invoice to Yeezy, nothing. They also sent a written demands letter to Yeezy with promise of legal action if they didn't pay up by March, still nothing. So 2 months later, they have officially filed their lawsuit. They're suing for breach of contract, unjust enrichment. Honey, please don't ask me how the unjust enrichment comes in, because you see, unjust enrichment is like this broad category. They would have to know Ye's actual bank account details, and they would have to be able to prove how is it that Ye not paying them has led to this unjust enrichment. So like that doesn't even make sense. But what they do is to put in these claims in hopes of getting the settlement. So I'm going to tell you guys why Ye never paid these people. What they went into negotiation for was not the invoice that they sent to Ye. They sent Ye an invoice that was ridiculously higher than what was initially negotiated. And that's why they never got paid. That's what these people have been doing to him. Just like the last lawsuit, the last lawsuit, the same thing here. So I want to follow this one to see how this one pans out, because they're saying they want to be compensated for breach of contract, unjust enrichment, which is just ridiculous, and more. Ryan so asks for the 150K as well as money for attorney fees and other expenses. Honey, like, I know them so well. I know them so well. They all have a pattern at this point. They will do a job for Ye. And let's say the work is for $3,000. And they initially agreed on $3,000. When they send that invoice to him, they're sending him an invoice for $25,000. And these are the things that they have been doing to him. And it's why he's not paying them. It's just like Riri. When Riri grandmother died, because, when the Riri rented some chairs, when the company heard that it was Rihanna, honey, the price of those chairs, became more than what the chairs cost originally. And Riri was like, oh, so you think that I'm a fool, huh? You want to get wealthy overnight off this girl because what? I have a few extra zeros in my bank account than you, honey? Hell no, it's not going to happen. So for years, Riri did not pay them. They took Rihanna to court, and the judge was like, you're brave enough to take this to court because there's evidence of your rental cost. And the invoice that you're sending this woman, you should be glad this woman is using your service. The cost of the oh no, she ain't gonna pay it. And as a matter of fact, you're abusing her. You owe her. She doesn't owe you anything, right? Besides the original cost of the rental fee. And then Rihanna's legal fees exceeded that rental fee so much, like the case did not even make sense. That is what these people do to these celebrities at all times. All times, honey. All times. And this is why, like, I can tell you with Kanye West, this has been the case because I track his lawsuits and I've been doing so maybe for the past 5 years. So I know them very well. And mark my word, I think we're about to hear the original total on that invoice. And when we do, we're going to be shocked to our core. Shocked to our core. Okay? But that's what I have to share in this video with you guys. Are you surprised with Ye getting sued? Like, I'm not. I'm not. That's how they treat this man. But he needs to also tighten up business and be more professional. Be more professional, Ye. Just be more professional in your business handlings. Do not give anyone this leverage over you. You've been in business for too long, have far too much money to get the right people on board. Hire a HR firm to handle certain aspects of your company. Hire a payroll firm to handle certain aspects of your company. This is not needed. But that's all we're going to talk about for this video. Peace.